Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and we're learning about the Northside-Southside Study, and there's going to be open houses, and we're talking with our guests Marcie Meystrik and Dan Meyers. So we're going to talk about those open houses in a minute just for our community to become involved. But so we were talking in the last segment about the amount of time, years that's been going on about studying our MetroLink, our light rail expansion, and where it might go and when it might happen. So let's talk, Dan, why don't you fill us in on the timeline of how this might develop for our community over the next few years?
Sure. So we've been working on this project with East West Gateway for about a year, and I'd say about 14 months. And so we'll be complete with this project by June of this year, by June of 2018. At that point, we'll know what the what the project, how much it's going to cost, how many people are going to be riding it, why people are riding it, and all that by that time. The next phase of this is to do additional impact analysis, benefit analysis of this, following sort of environmental laws, and so we'll be doing that. Doing additional engineering on the project. So that might take about 2 to 3 years, and then after that, once we get moving on this, so we'll do final engineering and then construction. So we're looking at probably a good 8 to 10 years conservatively that this will take to finish the planning, finish the environmental, all the engineering, and actually construct the project. So that's really what we're looking at. So I would say 2028 would probably be a good time frame that this could be operating on the streets of St. Louis.
Okay, very good. But Marcie, even though the project itself is going to still take many more years to see it actually evolve in our city, public input right now is the next step. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes. So we have 3 open house meetings coming up. January 16th, 17th, and 18th. There'll be one in South City, one downtown, and one in North City. And we're looking for input on the types of station features that are important to people, like parking and bicycle accommodations, things like that. What kind of safety features are important to people, lighting, and different things like that just make you feel safer when you're in a station or when you're on the train. And we're also looking for, we do have one area where we're looking still at what alignment we should choose, and that's up where the new NGA facility is going in. That wasn't there the last time we looked at that. And now that's something we need to consider. So there are 3 potential routes up there that we're looking for input from the public on which one would maybe benefit them the most.
The community forums, these open houses, what's the structure? Is it a Q&A type format, or can people just come anytime during that open house and talk to you all and other people on your staff?
Right, so it's very informal. There's no formal presentation. People can come, they can talk to any one of us. Well, there'll be several of us. They're staffing it. We can answer questions. They can look at the alignment and the stations and where they'll be located, and they can provide input on anything that they would like at that time.
Though the project itself may still be a decade away from actually seeing its fruition, the input today, things that people want, the features, that doesn't change from history of these kinds of projects?
It could change a bit. Because as we get into design, there might be things, and more of the engineering side, there might be things that we're looking at in planning that may have to change because it's just not feasible to do them the way we thought of. But certainly that input is carried throughout the design process, throughout the engineering and implementation.
It's great to have people's feedback, people who will actually be using the line. Dan, we talked in the last segment about the possible location of this next MetroLink line going from north to south in our region. Talk about why that particular direction and location was chosen.
Well, a lot of it was sort of north of downtown as well as south of downtown. Most of those are very residential areas. There are businesses along there as well. And most of the jobs are located in downtown or in the West End as it goes out to the west. So what we're really trying to do is connect those areas on the north side as well as the south side with jobs that might be in downtown on the West End. And a key here also is that we've talked about the red and blue lines, this east-west. There will be a connection with those 2 lines at the new Civic Center station that just opened up by the hockey arena recently. So that'll be an important thing. So you'll be able to take this and transfer pretty seamlessly to those red and blue lines or vice versa. So it really is connecting people from where they live with jobs of where they are right now.
Okay, very good. Well,
Yeah.
thank you both very much for being here. We look forward to hearing back from the community, and you all keep us posted here at STL TV on the plans as they develop over the next 8 to 10 years. That's so exciting.
Thank you.
There's more information about the Northside-Southside Study and open houses online at northside-southside.stl.com. And there's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.